How are we feeling? How are we doing? Are we ready?
Is that an Edgar question?
Yeah, is that towards me, asshole?
I'm asking everybody. I don't know what's. How are the Eagles doing right now, Eric? I don't know
doing
shit
great.
about football right now.
We're just we're basking in the
off-season.
glory of the championship.
Right, cool.
I don't know what else to say other
It's
than
off
that.
season.
It's our time to shine in the
It's
sun.
off
Okay?
season. How are they doing?
Nice.
They're chilling.
Yeah.
He's just mad because the Broncos are a poverty franchise now.
I wouldn't say poverty, but yeah, we're in the shitter.
All right, we're in it. We're in it.
Planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No. Where do you get off? Just a couple of people who totally got off, bro.
Hey, show us your basement.
What? No.
All right, welcome to Show Us Your Basement. I am your host Alberto, and I am joined by Edgar, who's sitting on my left, Eric, who's sitting on my right, and that motherfucker Josh, who's sitting right.
I'm right here,
across from me.
baby.
Yep.
I'm right here.
I am ready to hear what
He's
you're
fucking
gonna have
living
to
in
say.
the basement lately. So.
Yeah. You've been living in the basement these past
Hey
few
man,
episodes.
give
You've
me
been-
something good.
Well, hopefully we're going to break that curse today
We'll
with this
see.
episode. Everyone understood the assignment. Some were probably a little bit anxious to watch this movie. That's me, because
Yeah.
I'm always excited to see this movie. I'm gonna do an inverse. I'm gonna actually throw you guys off. This is Show Us Your Greatness. I'm already giving my verdict.
Oh my
Oh.
god, we already knew.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay,
that's
well,
his-
the
let's-
podcast is
let's-
over.
See you guys later.
I don't even need you guys right now. You guys can go if you want.
Alberto's gonna talk for the next, I don't know, hour and a half.
Right? Even though
We'll
you
see you guys
give
later.
your verdict.
So, the movie that we're going to talk about for this episode is Saw X.
Gonna give it to me.
Yeah, that's right. Ooh, I like that. That's good. I like that. That's a good one. Yeah, I never heard of that one. That should have been the tagline. That's great. Directed by Kevin Groidert, who he directed Saw 6 and Saw the Final Chapter.
Okay.
He is the editor of all the Saw films, except for, I believe, Spiral. Had a budget of $13 million, had gained $111 million in the box office.
Whoa.
Yep. It is... Guys, did you know this is the 10th film
Oh,
in the franchise? Okay.
Are you gonna talk about the synopsis?
Yeah.
yet, or
We're
are
gonna-
you
we're
gonna
gonna
fucking guess like a little history lesson
It's
of
going to be
it?
a repeat of Two
Amazing.
Brothers, the fucking podcast. You're gonna be a sick and desperate John Kramer, played by Tobin Bell, travels to Mexico for an experimental cancer treatment, only to discover the whole thing's a scam. That's about it. We'll leave it right there for now.
okay.
Guys, let's start this off. First off, before we get into it,
Mm-hmm.
this is your first time listening to Show Us Your Basement. We rank films. I guess we discuss them,
Mm-hmm.
and we give our feelings about it. And we have 4 tiers. We have Show Us Your Greatness, which is kind of self-explanatory because I just said it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Goodness, midness, and basement. And we'll be giving our, I guess, our ranking at the end of the episode. Normally, we do that.
Yeah.
But we're going to go through each category in terms of the film and what we thought of it. We're going to start with what was good, and then what was bad, or I guess mid, and then what was basement. So, I'm really anxious to see what you guys thought. But let's start with goodness.
Okay.
What did you guys enjoy about Saw X? I'm just going to open it up for discussions, right?
Okay, Josh.
You
is
want
pointing at me.
to start it or what?
I guess
You wanna
because
kick it
Josh
off?
is pointing over here and shit.
All right. Go ahead.
What do you mean? Like, what I liked about it?
What do you like? Yeah. What was good?
Did you not listen to him? Like,
What was
show us
good?
the goodness, man.
What'd you think?
I liked how it was like a personal story than how he would just get random people from off the fucking street from all the other fucking films. It felt like, yeah, it was a personal story towards John Kramer. And it feels like something would happen. It's something that could happen in the real world too. Some people getting scammed that way. So seeing him taking it in his own hands and putting these people that really deserved to be in these traps was awesome. It really shows John Kramer's engineering skills, which was lacking in the other.
Boy, did it! Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, okay.
What was the other? I had something else. The traps were interesting. I like these traps.
What did you think of the traps in comparison to the ones you've seen?
It's kind of weird. Like they were gory, but not gory to the point where the other ones were.
Yeah.
Which I liked. Like my favorite scene was when he goes in to the cab driver.
Oh yeah.
He tells
You
him
like that part, huh?
When he tells him where we're going, it says "to hell," but in Spanish.
Yeah, that's great.
That was kind of it's cheesy but good.
All right, hold on.
Yeah. What?
Josh, I really am interested in what you think about this movie.
Okay, well, when we're obviously talking about show us your goodness.
Yes.
Obviously, it's nice to see Saw go back to the beginning, right? Question: was this a requel? What is this?
Yeah, I guess you could. Well, it's a.
It's like a midquel.
A
yeah,
midquel,
that's a
kind
good-
of.
yeah,
continual quel,
It takes place after the first one.
Yeah, and when I think about like what my rankings in the Saw movies, I loved the first Saw. The second one was the best in my opinion. The third one was good. Okay, so to go back, and this takes place after Saw 1.
Yeah, before the second.
I see why they did that, right? Like when to go back. Obviously, go back to when it was great. And to me, the biggest mistake that the original movies did, the biggest mistakes was killing off Jigsaw.
Yeah, Edgar always reminds me that.
In Saw 3.
3. I don't know.
Right?
He knows.
At the end of Saw
Yeah.
3. And after that, to me, it was just a cash grab. They were milking it. And they just finally went back to the beginning.
Yeah.
And to give you more in-depth character arch, development to actually John. Not just about why he became Jigsaw or anything like that,
Why are
but
you
more.
copying me? I said that, John.
Yeah, I'm piggybacking it, man. Because if I don't, you're just gonna ridicule me for
Yeah.
it. But no, to actually feel sorry for him, right? Because he is going to die, right? And to see him go through the conversations. That group meeting,
Yeah.
everyone that has cancer, seeing somebody who overcame cancer, right? And then there's that glimpse of hope for him, to possibly be cured, and then little hints of him being Jigsaw. I really appreciated it when he was at the water fountain and he looks through that window,
Yeah.
and then
He
he thinks about that kid
Yeah.
stealing the watch, stealing the ring, and then you think it actually happens, but it's all played out in his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes back to that kid and he puts it all back because he sees John. And then John just walks up to him and says, "You made a good choice."
Yeah.
I love that.
I like the.
I love that.
As I just like how you did good. He does this with his hand. For some reason. Like he does this.
It's a fucking
I like
Jedi.
that.
Right?
Yeah. No, that's.
Hold on.
I'm glad that you nailed
Before
it
he
on
gets
that.
his opinion,
Uh-huh.
in this movie, do they know who he is? Like
Who?
a Jigsaw, right? Or no?
Like
not yet.
the public.
The public, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Because this is after the first one, so they were already kind of chasing after him.
Chasing. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to know. Yeah.
So Eric, what were your thoughts? What was good about Saw X?
Well, I think I'm fairly in line with what Edgar and Josh just said. They both brought up very good points to the story. I really liked how it flipped the perspective of John Kramer as Jigsaw as more of the protagonist while still being like an antagonist. So he was kind of like the ultimate anti-hero kind of in this film. And so you definitely felt more kind of drawn to him to be successful or to survive and to get out of the situation that he was in. So I thought he was a lot more of a relatable character from that dynamic. More of for the good rather than the bad. Like, oh, he's punishing these fucking people for the dirty, grimy shit that they're doing. And I think that there's probably some of this going on in the world in places. It's probably happened. So the story didn't feel like it was too far-fetched, too unrealistic.
Yeah.
So I really like how they they changed it up with him being more of the guy that you're cheering for in the end, versus. I guess you don't really cheer against him in the Saw films, but you know he's like this ultimate villain behind the scenes. Is anybody ever going to get this guy? And then this one, you're kind of like, you don't want that to happen. You want to see him be successful.
I'm glad that you guys, yeah.
And by the way, real quick, I do think, just to clarify, if anybody out there that really cares, I guess mid-quel, this reminds me of a little bit of Alien Romulus. It's like a side-quel. So it's a movie that does not necessarily line up directly in storyline with the rest of the films, but it still exists in that timeline.
Yes.
So I did like how they took that side route to be a little bit more, give them maybe a fresh angle of what they wanted to do with this franchise. Because look, it's the 10th film. That's a lot of movies to be making. So
I do think I agree with that 100%, because I do feel like they were getting to the point where like we're fucking this up. We need to go back to the beginning, right? And you can tell that. Granted, he did Saw Six.
Whoa, Saw Sex.
Saw Sucks.
Saw Sex.
So next one we're gonna.
Saw XXX.
I actually have it. I'm the only one.
We're playing it in the background.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, I feel like the director was a fan. He did appreciate it. And the budget is better.
Right?
Much better.
They definitely use the budget to its fullest extent. They don't like waste it at all. I definitely, the aesthetics, the way it looks, we only really need to touch on the music. It's always, I feel like, great, across all board. But yeah, no, this one is definitely looks like a Saw movie. It doesn't feel like it's like a fucking.
No, that's what I was going to go to before we go to the bad.
God damn! I haven't even shared what I thought.
Hold on, before I forget my thought, is that this one that I liked about it was contained. It wasn't how all the other ones.
Yes.
How he follows a fucking beat up dad something, and he tries to save other people's lives, and he fucks up. No, it's actually the people in the traps that they have to escape. It's not in other people's hands as in all the other films.
Yeah, it's like they have to save themselves.
Yeah,
you like
kind of like in the original, like the first Saw. So it wasn't. I like when Saw 7. Now it was like it was publicly displayed now.
Yeah,
people getting killed. Like, what the fuck is this?
And then you're wondering, like, why the fuck? How does Jigsaw know about the affairs of like a 20-something year old people, like couple? Like, that's so fucking weird.
So that's why I like it. It was like it felt back to the original. So
look, you guys are echoing the points that I really enjoyed about the film, which was it's a personal story for John Kramer. The people who are in the traps actually deserve to be tested, but what I really liked about it is it is a John Kramer story, It actually doesn't focus on the apprentices. It doesn't focus on the procedural parts of like all that kind of shit.
I would argue that, and not to the fullest. Yeah. But what I appreciate, and this is the good part of it, is bringing back Amanda. So you always wonder after Saw 3, why did she get this way, right? Because she made it, and correct me, you're the expert, but she was setting up the traps to where they were always going to kill.
Yeah, it's unescapable, basically.
Yeah, they're unescapable. Does this movie actually give her leverage to kind of run with that and become that person?
I think so.
And I think so. That's me thinking about this movie, getting her in there, and seeing her develop into why she becomes that individual.
Like jaded,
because these people fucked John. They shouldn't have lived. He shouldn't have given him an option to. And you kind of see that throughout the movie when they have their little one-on-one conversations with one another.
Yep. I agree. No, I like that. That's actually a good point. It's funny because every time I watch the movie, like, I don't really think too much about the whole Amanda, component. I'm always focused on, like, it's front and center. Like, this is John's story, and you, like Edgar said, you really show his engineering skills, but also just like how fucking, like, he's smart. Like, he got kidnapped. How did he find out where they were? Well, he drew like a fucking a drawing of where the mountains were, and he kind of deducted where the fucking location would be, like little stuffs like that. Like, oh man, this guy actually knows his stuff. And I think it really establishes what he's going to become later. And kind of,
well, he establishes like what his work was before, which I don't think I remember him talking about that in another movie where he was. I think he said he was an architect and a
engineer.
An engineer. So it opened up. It opened the storyline of him being like a higher level, higher educated person that has like this. Not like they're giving it the building blocks of, oh, he knows, this is why he's so good at developing these traps and knowing where he's at and understanding the landscape and things of that nature.
I always thought he was like, he had a medical background, like he was a surgeon because of all the traps.
He just knows his shit.
And in this one, he's an engineer. He's the definition of an engineer.
That's what I was. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was lacking. As the other ones would make him as a villain in a way. Yeah. They always pointed as the bad
really
guy.
Goofy,
and like that. This one, this is what was really missing, which I appreciated.
You know, I'm just gonna talk about a moment I really like. Is you talked about your favorite trap being the guy with the pipe bombs, right? The guy with the pipe bombs when he's like having a.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like that scene because like, well, really honestly, like, this is the first time since like 4 where John's actually participating and watching the people like kind of play out their tests.
Oh, that make
you know, with the guy with the pipe bombs, Diego. He's just standing there and he's just watching him. Mm-hmm. You know, he's not giving him any kind of speech or anything like that. He's just like, dude, you got pipe bombs on your fucking arms. Figure it out. Like, I like that. And he survives, which is like, you don't fucking see that in a Saw movie. Like, that subverts your expectations, you know?
Is you expect everyone in the other Saw films, like, okay, they're going to die. They're going to die. Like, that's what you expect, you know?
So, question, what was the best trap in this movie?
Well, I think it was definitely how it ended when he was able to essentially trick them into thinking that they had him dead to rights, and then they go up into like the original room where he was operating the traps from, and they ends up leading them to their demise because he was so he was playing a game of chess, not checkers. Mm-hmm. Going back to him being like an engineer, being an architect, understanding like the next move. And I think getting them up in that room and gassing them out, and not only that, but making them decide like one of you is going to live, but you're going to have to fight for it.
Yeah.
And testing their relationship, and he did kind of call them out like, hey, yeah, she is going to turn her back on you, dude. Right. So that was great. Yeah. Like I thought that was the best one because you kind of were left at that when him and the child were on the platform, and I don't know what was coming out, like oil or something, or blood, something like that. Mm-hmm. If it's blood, a little over the top, but either way, it's a trap where you're thinking, how's he going to get out of this? Like, how is this going to work? And the film still manages to throw in some crazy curveball that you weren't thinking of, and then they get up there, and then you're like, oh, it's a gotcha moment.
So I like that you bring that up because up to this point, all the other Saw movies, you can kind of see the twist coming. You know, that was the thing that audiences were like, okay, just what is the twist? That's what we're really waiting for. What the fuck is it? In this one, there really isn't any. They
don't emphasize it as much.
Yeah, there's not really a twist. But to me, how I thought of it is like it's bringing a kid into a trap. Mm-hmm. Something that John miscalculated. You know, he didn't expect that to happen. I think that was, to me, I looked at that as like that was the fucking twist. Mm-hmm. You know? I don't know if you guys saw that or whatever, but. I liked how they didn't fuck around with like, we're not gonna build up to some huge fucking like melodramatic twist or anything. It's just gonna be simple and like I'm actually impressed, Eric, that was your favorite trap because I don't think a lot of people in the Saw community really like.
Well, you just spoke to like waiting for that that twist, right? Because I think that Saw the franchise has always, that's been kind of the bread and butter of the franchise. And I think they've always done a phenomenal job. And maybe not all the movies are great, but I always feel like in every one that I've ever seen, which is all of them, but it's been quite some time, there's some moment where I'm like, damn, okay, they got me, right? And I think that they stayed true to who they were with their DNA with that, and I really appreciated that. So that's why I went, though that's the end, I still think that was like the one. And it was maybe the least gory. I think it was more of like the irony of like, oh, well, now she is gonna like turn her back on you, you know. So more of like the message of like their betrayal and just money and just the greed, and you know, it doesn't. It's always gonna take its it's going to root itself in certain people, and then it shows in the end. So,
What was your favorite trap?
The first one, the eyeball one, actually was my
Oh,
favorite.
really?
And
Okay.
even though it was
It's not technically like an actual.
yeah, but it shows that John was actually planning this in his head based on what this kid was going to do, and it just shows just how quick he reacts and what he plans based off of what this person does, whether he does it or not. I'm prepared. This is what's going to happen.
What he has to do,
right?
what
And
he's gonna do.
and you know what's crazy? I'm like, as I was watching it too, I'm like, oh, man, just rip the Band-Aid off. 1 through 5.
Just go on. Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
I was thinking the whole time, I'm like, just fucking break your entire hand.
Right.
You can heal it, right?
Yep.
It hurts like fuck, but just fucking do it, because I'd rather do that.
Right, then lose your.
Yeah, but then
yeah,
I'm
it
thinking
had
that-
you thinking. It had you thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, and but then the second you find out that it was just in his head, I appreciate that scene even more, because it just shows what type of character John is, and I'm sure like every trap goes with the individual based off of what they do.
Yeah.
Right, so he's observing, he's planning, right, and sure the kid didn't commit, right. He's ready, and
It's like he
that's
always
what I
has it
loved
on.
about.
Yeah. He's always turned on.
Yeah, no. So that was my favorite trap.
You already know mine's already said it.
Oh, the pipeline.
The pipe bomb, yeah.
That's a good one.
It's the whole lead up, like I said, with the cab into the trap.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, it has to be the what's her name, Valentina, where she has to cut off her leg.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing that in the theater, like that was intense.
yeah.
I would put that up with like the first, like cutting off his foot.
Oh,
in Saw
yeah.
one kind of like, that was just intense, and to just see like John be like, you know what, your time is prescribed. Like, you better fucking like. I like how he's like, no one's gonna leave this room. That's not an option. You gotta fucking see it through. You know, and he makes it a point of being like, oh well, like I'm not gonna kill her. Like she's gonna make this decision for herself. You know, and it's just the buildup of like, okay, like it's starting to set in. I gotta fucking do this thing, or else I'm gonna die. You know, it's like the panic and like. Those are the elements I love about a saw trap. It's this little like building up to actually like fucking do it.
It feels like the major self-mutilation traps are the hardest to watch, especially the way they delivered that one. It just makes you sit there and think like, I think just go ahead and cut my head off. Let's just get it over with. Like, I don't think I could do that shit,
Yeah,
dude.
no.
Yeah.
What was the weakest, the most disappointing trap?
Oh. Or what do you?
I think it was definitely the guy trying to pick his brain, because that is such a difficult.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, I don't know what you do there. Like, let me go ahead and cut my skull open and take a piece of my membrane out and throw it in the. Like, that one just seemed. It wasn't terrible. I didn't think this was like some shitty thought. Like, if we're comparing all of the traps in the film, I would probably put that one maybe at the end, because then they closed his face in. And that was kind of the end of it with that mask, with the heating elements.
I was thinking like,
And that
what
was
if he didn't
kinda
take
it.
enough brain out, and then like he's like two.
Yeah. It kind of, exactly. It could have been.
actually been better.
Yeah, that could have been great.
Either way, man.
Yeah. That would have been a great. What you just said would have been great.
To me, the weakest was the bitch that had a break her wrist and a break her leg.
The leg. I think that was
I'm like,
the
she
weakest one.
fucking had it made. This bitch, she just had to break her wrist, break her leg. She'd been all right, you know.
It's also the one that feels like the writers is just like, just break her leg and her arm. I guess like, they just didn't really put much thought in that one. You know.
No.
I
We're
think that
gonna
would've
kill
been
you
good.
anyways, you know. Like, but that's the thing. Like, going back to the brain trap too. I was thinking like every trap. I felt like when she was cutting off her leg, the first one, and then she got her head, it was like near impossible.
Yeah.
Right, and then the brain as well, and then it's like break your wrist. Break your
leg,
I'm like, oh, this is kind of lazy.
Yeah.
You know, like if she fucking dies, like I'm gonna be.
It's lazy, but I think it's okay to have maybe like a little bit of a like. Sometimes you kind of have to throw in like a weaker fucking trap or image, because it brings more attention and kind of more
makes the
emphasis
other one
to the
pop out.
yes. It makes the other one kind of
save
pop
it.
out a little
I'll
bit.
save it. I'll save my
again.
opinion.
I don't think it ruins it, but I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't think that's a bad pick at all. I just think that the thing with the brain is just unrealistic. You know? Yeah. It could have been something so much
Honestly,
different.
I'm gonna go with Eric on this one. I think that is also my disappointing one, just because that's the one that was like marketed the most in the movie and everything.
I thought it was the guy with the fucking.
Yeah, the brain.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
I,
the
th-
one.
I thought that one was good.
I look no.
I'm gonna be honest
I
with you
think
guys.
it's still.
Yeah.
I think it's still pretty good, especially with like even the worst traps. This one's still pretty good, but concept versus execution, I think I would have wanted to see more in terms of like how he would have went out. Like how Josh said, I think he should have. You know, don't even kill him. Just keep him alive. What's he gonna do? That would have been cool. Just one last thing. What do you guys thought of the actual villain, the blonde chick, Cecilia?
Fuck her. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. You think she was too goofy for a villain?
Yes and no. It was the best villain in the entire Saw series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark
you know.
Wahlberg was.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg.
I thought that was Donnie Wahlberg.
You got
Donnie
He wasn't
Wahlberg.
a villain.
He's not a villain.
He wasn't a
Yeah,
villain.
Donnie Wahlberg. I forgot about that. That was a good pull. That was a good pull right there.
I'm a fucking Saw expert. Come on, chill, all right? She was. She played up the role of villain pretty well. Like the fact that she would cut that lady's body to pull out her.
She
guts and shit,
she
like-
embodied like a selfish,
Yeah.
greedy, gonna do whatever it takes to get to the top. I'm gonna throw everybody under the bus. Like they really did a great job. She captured that role really well, and they executed
the
it pretty
idea
well.
that her father came out with this great idea, and then she was leveraging it for her own personal gain of financial gain.
Just
you know?
a fucking scumbag.
Yeah, you know, so because I genuinely believe like her father, because part of me watching this movie, I was like, oh, maybe her dad was a scumbag, but then you find out there was like a dozen people only affected by this, screwed by this, and then you think about the original guy who got his stomach cut open, right? And you're like, he probably saw her dad.
Well, no, that guy also lied.
The dad?
No, the guy with the scar.
He did.
Yeah. So did you guys didn't stick for the mid-credit scene, huh?
Oh fuck. No.
Nope. That's on me.
So there's a scene after when John realizes that he's been betrayed. He makes a call to a detective. That's Detective Hoffman. And he tells her, he said, I need you to find our friend. And at first you're thinking like, oh, he's trying to find one of the guys who fucking betrayed him.
Okay.
No, he's finding the guy who gave him the
referral.
The referral. Because
Yeah.
he was also part of the
Okay.
scam. And in the mid-credit scene, they find him and they put him in a trap. And
He did seem a little weird, like,
Yeah.
thinking back, that character, when he was, like, getting the ice cream, and he's like, yeah, I got it done, and you could see the hesitation of, let me give you the information that you did. I do remember there was, like, a awkward, like, hesitation, like, all right, I'll give it to you, and he kind of
So
writes
even-
on the
That answers
napkin.
my question then.
Yeah.
Never mind. Maybe the father was a piece of shit too. I don't know.
probably,
Yeah.
But that makes you wonder, like, is this guy just walking around with, like, a prosthetic scar that he's going to show everybody and try to, like, scam? It's like, that's a lot of work, dude. But anyways, not every movie is without its faults. So we're going to go ahead and jump into what was bad for you guys. What did you guys find that were flawed? What were the flaws of the film? Edgar?
Okay. Good. I'm gonna think like Josh here. It threw me off when
It's bad though. Remember, you can't say that it's bad, but then it's
no,
great.
this one. Look, it still has its Saw cheesiness, with the acting and the dialogue. But the one that threw me off is when they try to get that girl's body, the one who cut off her leg and shit.
Yeah.
You can tell so.
It was a prosthetic.
Yeah, but the way it moved, like when she, it was like so stiff. Yeah, like
yeah.
like come on. And
It's still better than 6 though, man. Tell you.
that whole scene was like, is that possible? Like with the intestines,
Well,
and, like,
yeah.
all
I
that
feel
shit.
like it could be
Well,
possible.
who knows?
Yeah.
That just threw me off a little bit. When the fuck do you learn Spanish, Art?
Who, John?
Yeah, he's talking Spanish.
He's got time, dude. He's got all the time in the world.
just those two, like the cheesiness of Saw still sticks into these films. It still like bleeds in.
Yeah.
But that whole scene with that chick, like, I was like, okay, come on.
That's where you're like, fuck.
It was intense. She was gonna kill
Yeah.
and then out of nowhere, fucking body.
Yeah,
just, like,
stiff ass body. Yeah,
yeah, that was
I
it.
agree.
That's really it. I think.
That kind of did pull me out of it a little bit.
Trying to think. Hold on. No, I think that's it. Yeah.
In terms of bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause we're going to get to the ugly soon, so save that for a bit. But
Okay.
Josh, what did you think?
I feel like it was dated, unfortunately.
In what ways? What do you think? What do you mean?
I
Yeah,
can't stop looking at Amanda and seeing that she's no longer in her 20s anymore. That bitch has aged, you know. And then apparently she just this is obviously just nitpicking, right? Is you know, she was like what, in her 20s? She was like super young. She's a drug addict in the first one, and then she comes back in the second one, and then she's wearing this fucking wig that just, you notice it's a fucking wig, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then she's obviously puts on pounds and pounds of like face cream to make her look young. You know, keep in mind, because they're using dummies and props for body parts. They're using cream to make her look young. So I'm like, I wish they did this sooner,
Right.
because it is such a great story, and it's during such a great timeline. But then, you know, looking back, it's like, okay, the surprise effect of Amanda in Saw 2 wouldn't have been that huge, because I appreciated that scene, because you would have never guessed that he would have had an apprentice, right?
Yeah.
So that's like the nitpicking of it. My biggest thing about it, and this doesn't break it so much, is it's extremely predictable.
Really?
So like the second that he gets the information and he finds out that it's in Mexico, you know it's a scam
Okay.
right off the bat.
Fair enough.
Right?
Fair
And
enough.
we're talking about already like 15 minutes into the movie, right? And then what kind of killed it for me was also, you know, when he takes off his bandage and there's like no fucking scar. And it's like, you couldn't even like give him some type of scar. Like this guy's gonna go home, find out there's no scar.
They really didn't put any effort into it.
Right. And I'm like, okay. And then what also, to piggyback on top of that, is they fucking knew he was Jigsaw.
Well,
Did
the main villain did. Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, she
right?
did. Yeah.
So you're gonna take this guy's money, okay? You're gonna half-ass the treatment, not do the treatment at all.
You think you're just gonna go?
And you
away
don't
with
think,
it?
you don't think this guy's going to like fucking set you up to be killed,
Yeah.
to get back at you? Like, get the fuck out of here, right? At least like go through the motions and put a fucking scar on this guy.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a moment where she's like, "Oh, I thought it was you. I didn't know if it was for sure." And it's like, "All right, I don't know if I buy that. Like, you either did know who it was or you didn't. You know." So I do agree. That was
Well, how does she know?
I think she like said that because I just came back watching this movie, and she said, "I knew you were Jigsaw."
Well, that's the thing. How does she know? Like, there's no.
They don't talk about it.
Yeah, there's no.
yeah.
face.
No, they leave that. Just kind of like whatever. She just knew him.
Yeah.
That feels ugly.
Like a huge oversight. You're saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big talking point Josh just made about.
It's lazy. It's lazy.
Yeah, I think that's a
It
little
is.
bit bigger than bad.
Yeah, you know,
That's just my opinion on that.
it didn't ruin it
So-
for me. That's
No,
why,
but I mean,
that's why I keep it.
I don't necessarily even think ugly could ruin it. But if we're gonna go good,
Yeah,
bad,
then,
ugly,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's a major component to the story.
Well, Josh did say that was his biggest, like your biggest kind of flaw for the film.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
One
Like,
of
you're
them,
the
yeah.
you're the expert here. Like, there's no, how do you say, face to Jigsaw yet. How the fuck does she know?
Yeah, and this is coming off of the first,
The
after
first
the first
one,
one,
yeah.
right?
No, yeah, no, I agree. When she said that in the film, I was like, ah, fuck, like that. It did feel like it was a major oversight that they were just. She has to, for the sake of the movie, let's just have her know who Jigsaw is, so that way she kind of like pokes at his whole philosophy and shit like that. And it's like, I don't know if I buy that much, or maybe like I'm going in my own head, like maybe she just researches these people. Maybe she knows who he was, but I
But
don't
again,
know. I
how
don't know if I
did
was
she
like-
know it was Jigsaw?
Yeah,
That's the
because
thing.
Jigsaw wasn't really. We didn't really know
Yeah.
who Jigsaw was.
Nobody ever really does know who Jigsaw is, and when you watch most of these films, they just
Yeah.
don't know. You know.
So no, I agree.
And going back to predict and this is again nitpicking a little bit. It's not that big of a deal, but when the cop comes, the guy.
Oh, the other, the
Like,
boyfriend. Or whatever.
and you obviously know, and he's like, I don't have a scar, right? And you're just like, from the beginning, I'm like, okay, I think this guy is used as a, like their interaction is too tight.
Yeah.
I was like, I think they're using him to show that there was like other patients that were coming in, you know, and then for him to come back and there's no scar, too coincidental. Obviously, it's predictable enough to where John knows
did
it's
have a
predictable.
scar.
John knows. Yeah.
And he didn't have a scar at all. So when he shows his neck, he's like, see, there's no scar.
Yeah. He's like, I also got scammed.
Yeah,
okay,
because
I
he
remember.
had no
Yeah,
scars.
that's right.
So that's those are my biggest like for the movie. But yeah.
Yeah, Eric, what do you?
This is tough trying to blend like ugly and bad and ugly.
We'll just say
You know.
mid. We'll say mid.
But
This is the mid.
If you want to
part of things.
transition from mid to ugly, go for it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I didn't really see like. I'm gonna kind of blend ugly and bad. I guess is kind of fugly maybe.
I like that.
So I think it's Josh already kind of hit on the points with the story with what's the villain's name? I always forget.
Cecilia.
Cecilia, kind of knowing who he was at the end, like that was just they didn't need to throw that in there. You could have easily have just left that out.
Right.
It was just not necessary. So I think going back to where he said dated, because I was always thinking of the Amanda's character. It's not that I didn't think her presence in the movie was unnecessary, but she did look very aged. I think her embodying the role in the costume with the pig mask, it didn't stick like it did in the original films where it was a little bit mysterious. You're like, who is this person? Is this Jigsaw doing this? Like, what's going on? That you just knew, like, all right, we know who this is. They're just kind of forcing this in here. Hi, Amanda, you're back. Thanks, we know. And
service
there
for
it is, fan service. And I haven't heard anybody mention this. I was a little disappointed with the way I didn't think they needed to bring out the puppet either. It was like midstream, all of a sudden, like he rolls out
how's it
there.
How's it even? Like,
Yeah, there was no build up to that. He just rolls out there in like the third kill with the recorder, and you're like, okay, wait a minute, okay, this is really going back to original roots, but now we're kind of just throwing it into the middle of the movie.
Hey guys, Billy the Puppet. You remember
Yes,
Billy the Puppet?
I think that the movie could have been just fine and it just focused on John Kramer and maybe have Amanda not have to be forced to do the same thing she was doing last time, but being the accomplice still, but not necessarily having to recreate what she was doing in the original movies. I thought that part was kind of a little sloppy, a little lazy, as Josh would say.
So you didn't take the nostalgia bait. You're like, I'm not.
I can take a nostalgia. I like nostalgia, but just let's execute it a certain way.
It wasn't executed.
It just
well
didn't.
for you.
It didn't execute. I got no problem with them bringing Billy the Puppet and Amanda, but let's
Do it the
not-
right way,
let's
or
find a way to do it. Like,
Yeah.
dude, the puppet thing could have been easy. They could have made that a little bit more like
Some just hanging there
right.
with the tape.
He could have done. They could have done this without him having to show his face to these people, and he could have fucked with them through the entire movie, and then
Yeah.
revealed himself, and you didn't have to have Cecilia know who he was the whole time. So I think it was more of the education, like forcing the fan service, like we're gonna force it on you. Because at that point in the movie, I wasn't thinking about. I was into it enough to where I wasn't thinking about the puppet rolling out. I just wasn't. I never once. I'm sure there were fans that were probably like, where,
Where's-
you know. But
yeah, the
for me, I'm like, I was good with just a totally different dynamic with John Kramer being more of the protagonist and hoping for his success. So I thought that was a little poorly executed, a little sloppy. Josh would say kind of lazy, you know.
So let me. If let's say we all started at, just for the sake of this conversation, like at 10, how many points does it take off for you if you?
Whoa! We're going to
whoa.
like the ending. And,
No, not
you
yet.
know?
No. I'm just saying, like, how
Do you want me to
much?
tell you?
How much of it took it out of you? Like,
Less
for-
than half.
All right.
It wasn't. This didn't. It didn't ruin the movie.
Okay.
I just thought
all
it was
need to know.
like,
Okay,
all
that's
right,
fine.
we can.
Yeah.
This could have been done a little better, but again, like Saw has always presented itself a certain way, a little weird, a little goofy, you know, at times. Like I don't mean it like goofy in like a bad way, but it's always had a little quirkiness to it.
To
So
it.
it wasn't like unsuspecting to have some weird kind of forced thing be thrown into it. So no, it did not dilute the movie enough, the film, to me to like not enjoy it. So
What was ugly for you, Josh?
Are we talking about show us your
We're
basement?
talking about the basement. What is it?
So it's a very simple movie, which I appreciate. But there's a fine line when simplicity can get very lazy, and you see a lot of lazy elements in it. Okay. So kind of going back to the weakest kill. Okay, or the weakest trap, breaking her wrist, breaking her leg. I assumed after the first two deaths, right? Because John was fucked over in the situation, that he was going to make it near impossible for these guys to get out.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, right? Like the bitch getting her leg cut off, right? And then ended up getting her head cut off. Like, this is near fucking impossible. Like, he's making sure these people pay, right? And then the brain, I took that as, I actually enjoyed that, because I'm like, he's in a situation where, like, if he does, like, no matter what he does, he's going to...
It's irreparable.
Yeah, he's going to lose, right?
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, okay, maybe this is the buildup to why Amanda becomes where she's at. So I'm like already thinking this through as I'm watching this movie. And then they get to the girl, and it is by far the weakest, laziest trap. And I feel like the only reason they did this trap was to justify the villain as a villain, right? Because then they bring her in, right? She now has the upper hand.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, we don't need anyone, like, you know, going out there and talking about this. And she fucking, like, breaks her neck and kills her.
Yeah.
So it was a lazy execution to set up, oh, here's the actual villain.
I kind of agree. Yeah, I agree with you on that. That is actually, I never looked at it through that angle of it being like, oh yeah, this trap was lazy, and it only served as a kind of stepping stone to make the villain.
And it was extremely obvious, and it slapped me in the face, and I was just like kind of extremely disappointed that, you know, and a lot of movies struggle with this, right? Simplicity is good. There's a handful of movies that do that, and they get critically reviewed extremely high for it. But we take the bait, right? And they just hope that all the other great things that they do, the simple things that they do, overshadows that extremely lazy writing, in my opinion. Another thing that I didn't like was the pacing. Okay, so 30 minutes into the movie, right? It's like a buildup of John, and you feel for him with his cancer, and then it gives you this glimpse of hope. And then the last hour and a half is him getting revenge, taking these people out. And then the pacing of... Here's kind of the idea, right? They go through the first kill, okay? Amanda and John go in the back, and they have their little, like, talking. And she feels sorry for him. And then he's like, I'm going to die anyways. Yeah. And then the second trap happens. The person dies. And then they go back and they do it again.
You feel like it's just repetitive.
It's just extremely repetitive, right? I don't think this movie should... This is like one of the longest Saw movies.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah.
I think this movie should have been an hour and a half.
I honestly, I can see a version of it that is definitely shorter.
Yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary filler in this movie.
So I mean, I'm gonna have to just disagree. I feel like it worked for me. I enjoyed the kind of slow pace.
Well, we already know
stuff
you
like
love this
that,
movie,
like,
but go ahead.
Yeah.
But I like how it was just building up to it and seeing, like, we're not getting into the traps right away. You know, it doesn't even open up with a trap necessarily. It opens up with John and that MRI machine, which I actually enjoyed because it's kind of foreshadowing what he's going to have to do with the bloodboarding thing. Like, he was kind of like afraid to be in that, like, position and, like, you know, in that MRI machine and everything. So I don't know. It may have been filler for a lot of people, but I think this is where it starts to kind of divide, like, just casual viewing people who maybe don't watch it nearly as much as, like, you know, I do. But I really like paying attention to the small details, even if they don't add up to anything. I think I just got accustomed to it because every other Saw movie before, you have to pay attention if you were a big fan and you want to see what's going to happen next. Because any little detail could end up becoming a huge plot point, in the other films.
So what is this? Are you giving it the rating now?
No, not yet. But I want to talk about one thing I actually dislike about this series, and you guys are probably going to hate me for this.
Oh, we fucking hate you.
That's okay, baby. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm fucking hoping for. I hate rooting for the bad guy.
Interesting.
I hate feeling sorry for the bad guy, which justifies what they're doing. I hate it.
So you don't like Breaking Bad?
Oh,
I didn't say that.
mic drop.
I didn't say that.
It's the same thing, though.
Oh, man.
It's.
I know. Speak to it, Josh. Speak to it.
I don't put this in the same category as
Oh, come on. You have to.
Walter
if you're
White.
gonna-
I don't actually. I look at Walter
White's like the biggest piece of shit of all time. He does some
He
pretty
ruins
fucked
everyone's
up
life.
shit,
he does. But
He ruins everyone's
But
life.
here's the thing about Walter
He's
White.
not a good person.
No. The man
can't
is
excuse
desperate. The man is desperate to take care of his family and gets lost in the thing that he's extremely good at.
Then
Okay.
you just explained Jigsaw.
Hey, whoa.
Was
hold
he
up.
not doing
Hold
that?
Hold up. Okay. Okay. Right? And then at the end, he justifies himself, right? He redeems himself with Jesse.
That's the key word,
Okay.
though. He justifies himself. No
Yes.
one else
So
justifies it.
he's pretty much he's good intentions. He gets lost into what he's doing, right? And what he's doing is fucked up. But then he redeems himself at the end, right? This here is like we're not comparing apples to apples, because if we are, Jigsaw is there with Ghostface, Michael Myers, Freddy.
But he's
Freddy
not a
Krueger,
slasher, though.
right? No, these are horror villains.
Horror villains. Okay,
is what I'm
okay.
looking for,
Uh-huh.
right? He's really not a bad man.
Dude, Jigsaw?
Yeah, like
He's a bad person.
yeah, what he's doing is fucked up, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, I have cancer, I'm dying, and then you find out my wife was pregnant, and then the baby was killed, and then it ruined
Do you
my.
feel like he's justifying himself because he's preying on evil, wicked people?
Yeah,
and
but
forcing
also,
them to choose and make a decision and
Yeah,
kind
right?
of turn the tables on them?
and you think of him as like a fucked up individual. He's a villain, but I can tell you, if you actually going back to what you guys commented earlier, is you're rooting for him,
Yeah.
right? We don't root for the villain, right? We appreciate what they do and where they came from, because they put fear in your heart and this cringe of things, right? You're not really rooting for them for who they are and what they do, right? You're rooting for the horror aspects of that, but then you're kind of making. I feel like it's Marvel 101. Every villain is justified. Thanos, right? I'm depleting half of the universe because it's only going to make the world a better place. Fuck you, man. It's like, Thanos, I just want to fucking watch the world burn.
That's exactly right.
I don't know. I feel like I have to disagree. And I knew you were already coming into this thinking that it's going to be giving you a lot of heat on it. And I agree, because I disagree. I think it's kind of... It's a good mark of a good writer, if they do it correctly, that they make you root for the villain. And in this case with Jigsaw, for this particular film, forget about everything else that's come before it. This is his most personal game, and they tell you why, and you just this guy deserves to. Who else is gonna do it? He's the only person that can actually put these people in these traps and punish them. Otherwise, no one else would have found him. Or the group that is scamming these people. He feels like it's a personal responsibility to kind of avenge those people who were killed. I don't know. I disagree. I disagree.
Dead air.
Dead air. Oh, me?
What did you dislike about it, man? Come on, man.
To be honest,
He hasn't even started
No.
THC yet.
there's no ugliness, in my opinion, because you dragged me to see all the other fucking pieces of shit before this.
So you're accustomed. You're
finally a good one.
Yes,
Finally. He's like calloused. He's like so fucking jaded.
Oh.
Stockholm syndrome. is what it is.
Spiral. Fucking had Chris Tucker and Samuel L. Jackson.
Chris Tucker, what the fuck?
Chris Tucker, right?
Chris
sorry,
Rock.
Chris Rock. Sorry. So I was expecting that to be good,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and when I went to go see that, I had no fucking hope for this franchise.
Yeah, you're below zero.
So when I went to go see it in theaters, I had no hope for the fucking movie. So I was fucking blown away.
Yeah.
I felt like it stuck true to the original.
It stuck true because everything else was fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Did you like Saw 6?
I would say that's like my third favorite.
Oh my god. Brothers, blood in,
Yeah.
through and through.
That's right.
All right. Did anyone else?
Any-
Oh no, it was
before
Josh.
we-
Me then. Okay, go ahead.
Before
Sorry.
we do, because I mean, I kind of agree with Josh's point with I think her name is Gabriella, the weakest trap, and how they kind of I think I agree because though you're hitting on the points that I also disliked, but I still think it's great. So,
Oh, we were
But-
getting to the.
should we get into the ranking now? What do you guys think? Because I already ranked it. so-
I'm down. I'm down. Well, why is it Show Us Your Greatness?
Yeah, thank
Alberto.
you.
Why?
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, please.
Because it's a Saw movie. On to Eric.
that's right. Enough said. Look, I'm gonna come at this from a perspective of obviously a Saw fan. Josh, you're half right. That is true. Look, man, I'm with Edgar here. Watching Spiral, how terrible that movie was. I actually think that is the worst that Saw could have ever been. Is Spiral.
Chris Tucker wrote that one.
Chris Rock.
He wrote that one, right?
Yeah, Chris and Jackie Chan was also
Simone Lee. Simone.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, Chris Rock did write that one, did he not?
No, he did not.
Oh, I thought he did. Okay.
That's
No,
so too.
with Chris Rock, you know what he did? He was like, "You guys write the movie, I'll write the jokes," and like that's when I knew the movie was gonna fucking fail. Because you can tell it was just like his platform to do like some improv shit. But anyways, that movie, I was like, all right, this is it. They fucking killed it. They killed the franchise. Like you had Samuel Jackson, which if I never brought it up, I don't think Eric would have known that Samuel Jackson was in a Saw movie. Like it
I don't
was.
think I knew that. I think maybe Spiral's the only one I haven't seen.
Don't watch it.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's called Spiral for a reason. I suppose.
So I thought they killed it.
Mm-hmm.
I had no hope, like Edgar said, but I had hope with the writer. So the writer, I think, because this is the reason why I really like it, because it was lightning in a bottle. It felt like this is the only movie where they actually took their time to write the film. So just
I agree with that.
for like
agree
a
with
little
that.
bit of like trivia.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you guys were asking.
No, I want the trivia. Let's go. Let's hear the trivia. I like it.
The writer started writing this script after Jigsaw.
Oh, okay.
So it was supposed to be called Jigsaw 2. It was supposed to be this story. But the pandemic happened, and then Chris Rock was like, I want to be in a Saw movie, and the producers of Lionsgate was like, stop whatever the fuck you're doing and write Spiral. But in between all that, he was still writing this draft, which is unheard for in the Saw films. Every other Saw film gets like a 6 to 8 month turnaround in terms of story. They actually said that after the movie comes out, the weekend after is when they start writing the next film. So this is the only one where they actually had a few years under their belt to actually like flesh out the script, and you can tell it actually feels like it's a smart film. Yes, it is simple, and it is a little bit flawed for that. There are some kind of repetitive choices that they make, but it still ultimately, to me, sticks the landing, and it does what it was supposed to do, which was like, here's the thing that people loved, which is John Kramer. It's his movie. He has most of the fucking screen time, and they executed it well for the most part. And for me, coming as a Saw fan, I came a lot. I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed what they did. This was a great film. So, so that's why it shows your greatness. That's, to me, yeah.
Okay.
What movie made you use a lot, Eric?
I can't.
Is that not
even-
a sign of a good great
Yes,
movie? Okay,
it is. I can't really think. That was. I can't really follow on that one, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
All right.
I guess I'll just tell you.
Basic instinct.
I'll stick with You're at Greatness, right?
Yeah.
Okay, obviously. I thought this movie delivered a lot of what Saw was about: elaborate traps, cringy moments of the traps like unfolding and how the people have to endure them. It had its twist. It's predictable. I guess whether you want to be predictable or not, but it definitely came in with the twist that you wait for in a Saw movie. Though I thought there was like some forced dynamics to it with Amanda and what's the doll called? I'm not an expert.
Billy
the puppet, and obviously Josh really pointed out like some of the story parts of the story that just didn't kind of make sense with her knowing him that he's Jigsaw, or I think Edgar maybe said that. That could have been left out. In the end, I've always thought Saw it stuck to what it was. I think it really was true to most of its roots, and it gave you what you were waiting for, what you were looking for, which is ultimately you're waiting to see how these traps unfold. I think that's really what Saw comes down to. You can deliver the traps and have them be well executed and kind of dance around a little bit of a poor story. So I thought the movie was good.
Okay.
I put it in the good. I enjoyed it. I've always thought Saw was a pretty good saga. They're kind of look. This is also the 10th movie. So for a movie that's on number 10, it's pretty damn good for a 10th film. All right, great. So I can't think of many other. I mean, we have sat here and had conversations and been highly critical of sequels, and then the third of the trilogy ruining a trilogy when it couldn't have. Mm-hmm. So the fact that this was on its 10th, I was like, this is really not that bad.
It's still refreshing.
Yeah, it's still refreshing. I don't want to dive into Saw. I thought Saw was in its own category. Saw, the original Saw film was in its own stratosphere. It reminds me of like, okay, this was new, this was fresh. I think that one's in greatness category. This is not quite there. I'd say it's good, but it's not like...
It's low good.
It's low good. It's like we're right out of mid, but we're good. I enjoyed it. Wasn't phenomenal, but I liked it. It was good. It was a good time.
I'll take it. Josh, what movie made you come a lot?
Not this movie, unfortunately. I pre-cummed.
Hey, that's good.
That's good.
Well, that means you were kind of like there was some foreplay, maybe a little
man.
bit.
I just watched it.
Okay.
I just was like, I'm wet staining my pants. I was like, that's
You
pre, bro.
weren't twisting your nipple as you were watching it.
No, that's just
That's what I did. That's how I watch these movies.
I just scratch my butthole and I eventually get to the.
You don't get the Diddy oil.
The Diddy oil.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just flat out say this is Show Us Your Goodness. It's a simple.
Fuck, he just came out of the basement.
I think you came out of nowhere with that one.
I'm coming out of the basement, gentlemen.
I pulled you out from the
coming out of the
fucking
basement.
Halloween. Dude.
I thought this was going basement
Man,
for
fuck
you.
that shit.
Can never make
Satisfying?
Edgar happy.
No.
It's a very simple movie. You guys said it goes back to the roots. Yes, it does have its flaws, but the traps were great. The story was great. The dialogue was great. Finally, to me, when I look at these Saw series, Saw 2, Saw X, Saw 3, and then everything else is in the gutter, right?
It's fine.
And it was so smart for them to actually go back to their roots, go back to the basics.
Even though it was way too late.
10 times the charm. 10, yeah, 10, eventually you'll get one right.
Yeah, they got it.
You keep throwing out these movies every year, you're eventually going to get a good one.
How crazy is it that the 10th one is the one where it's finally good and they fucking sold it off?
Yeah, I remember seeing the original Saw. Like, I forget. I think it was the Punisher movie.
With Thomas Jane?
With Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
They released it, and then they released like a Saw teaser, I think. if my memory serves me right. And I remember watching that teaser, and I was like super excited for the Saw movie. Went to go see that. I was impressed. I loved the second one. You know, and I didn't get that. I got that feeling watching this movie again, you know, and it was so appreciative and smart for the writers, the director, to just go back to the basics, because I genuinely believe they knew they were this was a failing series.
Yeah.
It was a cash grab. Where were they going to go? How many apprentices are we going to have, right? And what's best to just, hey, let's just go back to John, right? Because can you really say that, you know, the 5 is when they started going into his backstory with his wife? Did they really do that justice?
I don't think so.
They didn't, you know? So they did John justice finally in this movie. And, you know, not a perfect movie, but yeah, show us your goodness. Show us your goodness.
Wow. Okay. I'm impressed.
I'll take it. Yeah.
I'm out of the basement, boys,
Josh
but
out of the
okay.
basement.
I'm sure as hell gonna go
And it-
back here soon.
And it took a
Done being a
Saw
fader
movie.
for once.
Right? Yeah.
Took a Saw movie. What about you, Edward? I just want you to know he thinks this is better than Kills and Ends.
I know. I just want to fucking kick him in the. Just kidding.
Just remember, this guy said Kills and Ends was okay, but it's a greatness. You know? Just
That is
remember
true. You
that.
did say that.
You
You
know,
did say that.
I was under the influence.
Yeah, all right.
That is true. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Even though I said nice things about it, it's a basement.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, this fucking that's the most.
I was
like,
about to come right there.
not a movie, but you almost made it.
Right?
What did you really think? Is it
No, it's good. It's good. I agree with Eric here. It's like a low good.
low good?
Mm.
Yeah, what is it? Is it low good for you too, or is
No,
it?
I think it's a high good. I would say it's a high good, actually.
Now we're going to argue if it's the good is high, low.
Yeah, is it A plus?
Yeah.
B, A
Nah,
or
we're
A
not
minus?
We're just gonna
What
stick
the fuck
to
is
high
this?
mid. I was curious. But it's low good for you.
Like everyone says, the first one's always gonna be
Its own
thing. Is gonna be great because like he said, it was an original fucking idea basically.
Yeah,
And plus that twist at the end. Come
it was
on.
a good twist.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
Look, when you look at these anthologies like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Saw might be the best one for an anthology out of all those names.
I disagree, but go ahead.
I don't know if they have like. I don't know if Saw the original is better than say Halloween or Scream
Probably
or the
not.
original Friday the 13th. Maybe not, but I feel like they're a little bit more consistency when you look at 10 films because Halloween they had their original 6, I think, and then they've done some remakes or whatever.
it doesn't have different timelines. It's stuck to the same one.
Right, 6 kind of stuck to the same one. I think Friday the 13th tried to do that too pretty well, but I think that their movies are of a better quality when you package them up in the
I
anthology.
agree. Yeah. And also, I mean, Tobin Bell's the only person to play Jigsaw. For
That's a
all the
huge
films.
part. He's like the
That
voice,
is
the
true.
face. Like
Yeah.
that's a massive part. What you just said. Like he's really the foundation of that
It's
anthology.
fair to say that he's not replaceable.
That's
You know,
how
when
good
you
he
think
is,
of
yeah.
characters like Jigsaw, Wolverine, right? Like who else
Yeah,
can
that's a
really
good point.
play these characters? And he
Adam
he
West.
stamped that very well.
Adam West, this fucking troll over here, dude. This the fuck was that?
We're wearing the Josh hat
Oh
right
my
over here,
god!
man.
You talking about the guy
This
from
guy, man.
Adam West from Family Guy,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Well, I'm glad that you guys actually enjoyed the film. I liked that. It was.
I gotta ask though, where do you guys rank your top? So I kind of gave you guys like my top 4, right?
Oh, in terms of Saw films,
Well, so- yeah. What is the best to?
I'm gonna
I'll let
stick with the
you-
original.
yeah.
I'm sticking with the original as one of the greats, but that goes beyond the Saw legacy, like anthology. I don't know where I'd rank it in all time, but it would be in the greatness category of.
Would you
when I
say
go down
like
the Horror Trail.
Saw 2?
I would go
X3,
Saw. I would
or-
say the first 2 for sure. For sure.
and then maybe X would be like. Right
I
under
don't
that.
know. I need to rewatch the third. But dude, for me, the first one. I know you said the second one, and that's fine. But I just think that first one, like, dude, he's laying on the floor the whole time. That shit blew
That
my
was
fucking
so
mind.
smart.
He gets up at the end. You're like, this motherfucker's been in here the whole time. You know, like I'd never seen anything like that.
Mine's is Saw X.
Saw
then-
number 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
X, then 6, and 2.
Good one.
Jesus, God, fucking 6.
Mine is
Yeah,
gonna
now
be the most.
now I'm gonna have to rewatch Saw 6 to figure
mine's
out what the
would
fuck
be-
we're talking about.
Please do.
I've seen it. I just,
Please
dude, they
do.
kind of started to blend together a little bit once you get to the 4th and 5th. You know.
I'm gonna have to go in terms of like top 4. Number 4 would be probably Saw 4, and then Saw 3, and then X, and then 1.
You don't even have
Yeah.
6 in there, or did you say 6?
No, I'm not gonna put 6 in there. This replaced 6 for me, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that'd be my ranking. Saw 6 is actually a really bad movie, guys. That's not a good movie. I don't know why I recommended it to you at all.
Fucking waste my time. I don't even know why it would be in anybody's top 4. You know this guy right here, man. Fuck Edgar. Made
well-
me come, and then I just took it back. It just crept back into my dick.
God,
You know?
You're really like disgusting, Eric. He's not even like.
That's because he has no dick. He doesn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I
right?
guess not.
I don't think Eric was expecting to hear the word "come" this many times
Right.
in this episode, especially a Saw episode.
That just made me come. Oh, great.
Well, another episode's in the books, guys. This has been a good time. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please share and subscribe and like and all that kinds of stuff. And next episode, Jigsaw, guys. What do you guys think? We're gonna be talking about Jigsaw. We're gonna go through all the Saw movies.
Fuck you, Albert.
This is yeah. I'm not familiar with this
Just
assignment,
release,
but okay.
your solo episode that you did,
We're not gonna.
which
talk
turned
about
out to
that. We're not
be a
gonna
piece
talk
of
about
crap.
that. Go Birds.